what do you wish you saw more in candidates you encounter?
I think one of the things I like to see is this context of intellectual curiosity. Right? I like to see candidates that really have taken the time to understand the role, how the role fits into the company, and to also look at the industry as a whole. What are some of the specific issues or events that are going on in the industry?
The 3-4 things that are most important for me. One is having a very clear understanding of what you want and be very confident about what you want. The second thing would be understanding of the combination of skills that are around metrics, analytics, project program management roles. So my team specifically, that's maybe more like me. My team hires for a very large variety of roles that are typically like sort of program management based roles. So we look for people who have both the institutional knowledge, that they know the industry really well, but they also possess analytical skills, project program management skills, are confident with data and with metrics and with presentations. I would say those are probably like the most important things. And then the last one that I would say is just creativity. Like ultimately you're competing against so many other people in a very competitive marketplace already, and the more you can find a way to stand out and to sort of really showcase who you are, whether that's by a cool hobby or whether that's by like the language you speak or a cool thing you did in the past or something like that, then there is a better chance that you'll find that connection.
I wish I saw more of a willingness to just come in and do work. A lot of the times candidates will come in and they'll try to focus on why they're specifically good for that one job that you had posted. I like to think of a team, no matter, on my team we have 4 different people doing 4 different tasks, but we're still one team. And if one person is short, it's not right for all of us, the 3 of us, to leave at 5 and that person to be there till midnight. So I like to see an appetite to really go above and beyond, to learn tasks that are not specific to that job, but just to really contribute to the team as a whole than just to get that one job.
What's the most creative or best way a candidate has gotten your attention?
I had a candidate once come to an interview with textbooks that were related to the fundamental analysis that pertained to the role. And they actually were citing specific chapters in the textbook, and they were able to speak to specific quantitative aspects that were specific to the role at hand. And for that particular candidate, they actually got the job.
Great question. I think what comes to mind, the last couple of candidates that I worked on, I think it was the resume. And it was not your typical resume. It was not your resume that is like very clean, very organized, very templated. It was something that was very different. There's 2 examples that I remember. One was just a website, and the candidate's resume essentially was this really cool website that essentially had like their skills and their qualifications and education, but it was just like, it was almost like, told for a story, if you will. And the other example that I remember was a candidate that they almost like used like a LinkedIn template, if you will, and essentially like built a resume in a very visual way. And so instead of like just like listing in bullets, they had like a visual for education and then a listed the education underneath it. And so they still had the content, the meat was still there as far as like metrics and what they've achieved, what they've accomplished, but it was just very very easy on the eyes. It just read very seamlessly. It wasn't like heavy on text, and I think the combination of like just this creative approach plus everything else was what caught my eye.
Honestly, there was one candidate, and I'll never forget this. They mocked up a presentation of Citi's earnings they picked a specific quarter, and they went completely independently, their own analytics, their own commentary, and they basically said like, I'm an analytical thinker. This is the work I did. And rather than explain to me verbally, was it return on assets or return on equity, they really gave me a 30-page presentation that was custom tailored to our company that showed me that they know our firm, they know what they're talking about, and they do have technical skills because they put this together.